I would like. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? You know, for just all your information, the recordings of literally 150 talks that I've given are all on Facebook and YouTube. And I mean, I get people all the time that get in touch with me that have seen those videos, and it's very nice. It's a good reference library for what this meditation is all about. You all could go there if you need to. I mean, I think many of you do, but I think it's just a good idea to have done this. And literally, I was told there's over 150 of these talks, you know, on YouTube, Facebook, both. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
I have a question, Stuart. This is Melissa.
Yes.
Hi. It's a question about during practice that I'm noticing that, well, you know, we're keeping the attention in the third chakra and a little bit at the base of the spine. And today what I was noticing is that it would sort of alternate between that and then the awareness shifting into the central channel and above. And so my question is, you know, do you just sort of roll with that and let that happen, or do you stay focused in the third chakra?
Look, I repeat this all the time. If you don't stay focused in the third chakra, in the chakra below the navel, and you bring your attention, mind into the heart, into the throat, and up in the head, you're going to lose that entire sense of balance inside yourself. The reason why what I teach works, the people that do it in a deep way, is because the focus of attention remains in the third chakra. Then it's like playing a one-man band. You bring 5% to the base of the spine, you feel gratitude, you understand? And doing these different things will open and help develop the chakra system. But the way the chakra system, you know, can develop real internal strength is the focus of attention being in the third chakra. Because, you know, even, you know, look, I'll tell you something. I discovered something a couple of days ago. I go to the gym. I have a gym in my building where I live. There's a pool, there's a gym. And I go, you know, maybe 4 times a week, sometimes more. And I'm on the treadmill and I go at a pretty, I don't run, because my knees, I used to do that, my knees started, but I walk at a very fast pace. And the heart rate is very good. But as soon as my mind starts thinking, this is really true, the heart rate goes up. Just goes up. And I never noticed this before. So I began to notice this on this treadmill because they have the heart rate, the calories, they have all these things that you can monitor. But as soon as I start thinking about anything, the heart rate goes up. Now, most people walk around all day thinking. And, you know, God bless, there's so many heart attacks and heart conditions of people that live in this world. And I don't even think it's the heart, it's the tension in the head that creates these problems. It was very interesting for me to see that. So when I just started listening to my breathing, I stopped thinking, suddenly the heart rate goes down. So you got to keep your attention below the navel as a development, not only for the meditation class, but for everything you do in life. You're focused, you're centered. You're grounded inside. So if somebody is arguing with you, you don't get swept away in the, oh, you're centered, and you can just listen and not get caught up in the drama, the soap opera of the moment. I mean, it's very important. And in the meditation, you understand it's being grounded that allows the heart to open. See, it's like a tree. It needs roots, or there are no leaves. We need to be grounded inside. That allows the heart to, it also allows the mind to be quiet. Because in order to, when you focus your attention there, you understand your attention isn't focused on the head of this constant voice that yaks and yaks and yaks and depletes everybody's energy. So to get the fullest benefit of this meditation, please keep your attention 95% of it in the chakra below the navel. And I'm coming to learn that a lot of people that teach Rudy's meditation don't teach this. You know, they teach getting in the heart chakra, the third eye, but they don't teach this. And this is the first thing I ever learned from Rudy. First thing he taught me. When he told me to come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock and I'll show you the meditation, the first thing he taught me is this, what I'm talking about now. So please try to build that focus of attention. Develop the strength inside yourself, because that'll not only develop the chakra system, it'll give you the capacity to deal with whatever you have to deal with in your life without allowing life to suck you dry. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question? I mean, I think that about 80% of what I talk about is this. I really mean it, because I think it's such an important subject that most people that teach any kind of spiritual don't teach anything like this. And I went through, I don't know how many teachers before I met Rudy. And nobody ever talked. You chant mantras, you do this, you do that, you read from the Bhagavad Gita, but nobody ever talked about getting focused in the third chakra. And then I began to learn that great singers sing from there. Dancers dance from there. Great athletes, when they're in that zone, they're there. They're not in their heads, they're not in their emotions, they really are focused, whether they know it or not. Somehow they let go of all that tension and they're focused in that chakra below the navel while they're doing what they do. Problem is, they also have no training in this. So as soon as they're off the baseball field or the basketball court, you understand, they get into life and it gets back into that where they're not centered anymore. Actors are the same way. Take them off the stage and most of them have very strange lives that they live because they're not focused on the stage. They're focused. They always tell you, focus, focus. Does anyone else have a question? You know, I have sitting on my right a little Buddha, maybe about this big, you know, and it's really focused. It's really focused. It's beautiful, this thing. And it lights up the whole corner of the room. The whole corner of the room has a different energy because of this statue, that its presence there. And you look at it and you see it's right below the navel, focused, the third chakra, heart's open.
It sounds like it's a soft focus rather than an intense focus, or could you describe it a little bit?
It's not a soft, it's a relaxed focus. You have to, if you try to push that chakra to get it, it's not going to work. You understand? Real intensity is learning how to relax. Getting yourself relaxed. And then you just bring your attention down there. And the mind will do the rest. It's a very powerful instrument, but you can't force it. It won't work. It'll get tighter if you try to force it. But if you just relax and bring your attention there, and suddenly, like a lotus flower, this thing just opens. It's an amazing process. And your whole inner life begins to feel different. It really begins to feel different. So the key is not how intense you get and how you push it to open and force it to open. It's not going to work. It's how deeply you can relax inside and then just bring your attention there. And this works. And then you do it again and again, and then you condition yourself to consciously do this. You automatically do it. You understand? It's not something that you have, it just happens automatically because you have really conditioned yourself to do this. Does anyone else have a question? It's very beautiful to be here with all of you. I mean it, every person that is so special in my life, and I just have so much gratitude to be able to sit here and do this with all of you. Because, I had a lot of trouble with somebody about a week ago, and he wrote me an email. I'll never forget this. And I told him, I don't have time for this. I have 60 to 80 people a week coming to my classes. So he sent me an email. I don't give a damn about the laundry list of people that attend your meditation. I am the best student you will have. Imagine somebody sending you an email like that. And I said, oh my God, every one of you is a treasure. The arrogance of somebody, every person that I got me so upset. It really did. I lost my focus for a minute there. I said, every one of you is a treasure. Every person that attends these classes is like a miracle in my life. And it's such a reward to me to sit here and do this with everybody, and not have to deal with people's huge egos and all this crap that who needs it, I've had enough of it in my life. And I would love to, continue to ride this raft with all of you so that everything I've learned in my life can be passed on to people. Because that's really, look, I'm not a kid anymore, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around here. And everything has to be passed on. And I really am here to do this in every class because I see people here. I see light, I see twinkle in their eye, I see joy inside them, love inside them. And more than anything, I see gratitude. I really see gratitude here. And that is something so important and so precious that I can't tell you how grateful it makes me feel inside myself. So bless you all, thank you, and do the work. You understand, Do the work. I'm teaching you exactly what Rudy taught me without any ego involved. I don't, you know, I'm only interested in one thing, giving it away, not to be a guru. I don't need people kissing my feet and I've had it in my life. I don't need it, you know? I remember once I was a young schmucky kid studying with Rudy, and Muktananda gave me a long robe, beautiful robe, and said, you will be a very good teacher someday, a great teacher someday. I mean, Muktananda told me this, you know, gave me this beautiful silk robe. I won't get into the whole story of why this happened. But, you know, anyway, I remember wearing that robe to a convocation of gurus and spiritual people. I went with Rudy. Rudy asked me to go with him. And I was wearing that robe. And I was a schmucky kid, you know, wearing an orange robe. And people were coming up and kissing my foot, kissing my hand, telling me how extraordinary it is that the spiritual work I'm doing. I mean, I was there with Rudy, you know, and people were coming and I just thought, oh my God, this is terrible. It's terrible. I said, you know, what I'm here to do is only one thing, to pass on everything I learned from Rudy. And I pray to God that all of you want to open and receive this and allow this energy and this incredible teaching to take you to a place where you can pass it on to somebody else. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, the mark that you have in the forehead, what does it mean?
The mark that I have in my forehead?
Yeah, you have something.
Yeah, it's the third eye. And if you look here, I'll show you, this thing becomes the wings of a phoenix, which is opening, and it really encompasses the whole forehead, and it starts right here. And it's rebirth, it's years of spiritual practice. Your head transforms into, I mean, I used to see it in Rudy, you know, his head would just change like overnight. And suddenly you'd see marks in his head that didn't exist before. And it was all just opening inside him. It's just, and that's what happens to me. It happens when I teach these classes. It happens in my daily life. I wake up in the morning and my head is different, you know? But that's just the third eye here. And then more importantly, from there, these phoenix wings, you know, because that's really the sign of rebirth and regeneration. And here. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, we'll have meditation on Wednesday evening. Thank you, God bless you all, and I'm hoping to see everybody then. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Great.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you. You too.
Good. Thank you.
Night.